Hi everyone, and welcome to another class on my YouTube channel, Tom Yoga Om. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then please press the subscribe button just underneath the video, either this side or that side, and that way you'll stay up to date with the videos that I release. Today's class is a flow, and we're going to be working on opening up into the hips and the whole body, and I hope that you feel great by the end of the class. I think you will. Let's get to it. So today we're going to start on our backs, as we always do, and I just emphasize that it's just so nice to start on your back because it's a really good way to drop in and to soften and relax and check in with your body. Just to begin with, have your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. Take one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly, and let's take 10 deep breaths in and out. And just take the time you need to get comfortable. Make any adjustments you need to make. Feel your shoulders and your neck soften. And as you lie here, take some time to tune into the weight of your arms and your legs. And as you exhale, can you feel them soften? And just let go of any tension that they're holding. Let's do the same for the hips and the shoulders. Just inhale, take your awareness to them, and as you exhale, feel them soften. And then tune into your whole back and the back of your head. Same thing, exhale to feel them soften. Now breathe into the front body, so lift those hands up a little higher as you inhale. And then feel your hands soften as you exhale. And finally, let's bring our attention to our face and our neck muscles. And exhale to let go. For the last 3 breaths here, just follow your breath in and out and notice the shape of the breath on the inside of the body. Notice how expansive it is or how small it feels. Notice, does it feel free and flowing or restricted? And for this last breath, if there's a reason that you're here on the mat, and you'd like to turn that into an intention or an affirmation, and just think of whatever first comes to you and take one final big breath in and out. Breathe it in. And exhale to slowly soften. And start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. And as you breathe in, I want you to stretch your arms back behind you. If you don't have space, take a hold of your elbows. Breathing into the front body. And exhaling to soften around the shoulders, the armpits, the belly, and the chest. One more breath like this. Breathe it in. And exhale to soften. And then I want you to take your hands beside you. And I'm just going to scoot myself down really gracefully. And take your fingertips to touch your heels. And from here, I want you to inhale, press down into your hands and your feet. Just roll your hips up off the ground. And as you exhale, roll them back down. And just start nice and small. Notice how your body's feeling. So inhale, just lifting up to a point where you feel comfortable. And exhale, roll down. And last one, breathe it in, lifting up. And from here, interlace your fingers and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift up into the tops of your shoulders. Let's take 2 deep breaths into the front body. Relax through those shoulders as you exhale. Take one more round of breath here. Breathe it in. And then as you exhale, release your hands and roll your spine down all the way onto your back. Bring your knees onto your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze and circle them a few times. And change direction. Nice and easy. Notice how that lower back feels. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your knees in, tuck your chin up off the floor, and release everything to the floor. Take a big breath in, stretch your arms and your legs out. And as you exhale, take your hands beside you, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Good. Just take a moment to press into your sitting bones and into your feet, and take a breath into your belly and into your chest. You might want to bring your hands there again. And as you exhale, just soften through your shoulders and your neck. And imagine on your inhales that you're lengthening up through the top of the head. So imagine there's a string pulling you up nice and tall. You're lengthening up through your spine. Keep that length, and as you exhale, relax your shoulders. And take one more round of breath here. Good. We're going to take our hands out in front of us, and I want you to reach your hands forward and up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, float them down beside you. Good. Two more. Breathing in, reaching them forward and up. Stretching into the shoulders, and exhale to float them down. One more. Breathing in, reaching forward and up. Notice how those shoulders are feeling, and really try and soften through them as you exhale to lower your hands down. Good. Keep your left hand grounded. Sweep your right arm up. And as you exhale, reach to the right, to your left side. Move your right shoulder away from your ear or away from your neck. Take a big breath into the right flank of the body. Exhale, extend a little bit further. And then press into your bottom hand. Sweep both arms up. And exhale to the other side. Take a big breath into the right side of your body. Move the shoulder away from the ear, away from the neck. Exhale, extend. And then inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale, float them down through heart center. And try to relax your shoulders and your neck as you do so. Good. Let's take our hands onto our knees. Take a breath into the belly and the chest. And as you exhale, start to circle your torso forward and out to the other side, and then back to a sitting position. And just draw 2 rotations like that. And allow yourself to feel a bit of a stretch, deepening into the sides of the body, around the hips. Notice what that feels like for you today. And change rotation. So inhaling back up and exhaling around. And do your best to keep your feet and your sitting bones on the floor. Sometimes when we go too wild, we kind of like lifting our knees up, and it's like a bit of a drunken sailor on a boat kind of rocking thing. And we don't want to do that. We want to control the stretch and decide how deep and how full we go into it. Come back to a neutral position and keep your hands on your knees. Just squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your shoulders up and exhale down. Just do 2 more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one. Make these circles nice and round and large, and then just change direction, 3 rotations. Circling and lowering and lifting and squeezing and tuning into how your body's feeling. 1 more here. Good. Come back to that neutral position. Last little stretch on the floor that we're going to do here is I'd like you to just think of your nose as the point of a pin, and just start to draw circles with that pin. And you might even like to draw spirals with that pin. So you're just circling the nose, and the effect here is a stretch into the neck and an opening into the neck. And you're making those circles, those spirals, as big or as small as you feel is comfortable. And take 1 more breath here. And after the exhale, just change the direction of the spirals. And if you were making them bigger, then spiral the opposite way and make them smaller. And keep breathing. Keep your shoulders relaxing. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got really nice birdsong outside of my window, and it's got me feeling really good. So beautiful. And just draw 1 more little circle here and come back to center. Let's get to it. We're going to come down onto our hands and our knees and just bring ourselves into a tabletop position. And just start by bending your elbows a little bit, Grounding your knees and your feet into the floor, your hands are spread out, your fingers are spread out. As you inhale, bend those elbows inwards, drop the belly down, open the chest up, breathe it in. As you exhale, press the floor away, round your back to the ceiling, breathing out. 2 more breaths like that, breathing in. And exhale, breathing out. Last one. And exhale. Good. Come back to a neutral position. Step your right leg back and just move the heel forwards and backwards and stretch into your hamstring. And when you're ready, come up onto your left fingertips. And from here, lift your right leg up off the floor, lift your left hand up off the floor. If you're having trouble and you're wobbling, press down into your right hand, your left knee and your left foot a little more. So really ground down into them, bend into that right elbow, take a big breath in, bring your elbow and knee together, round your back to the ceiling. Inhale, extend, reach in both directions. Exhale, bring it together. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Good. From here, we're going to extend again. So breathing in, and then I want you to bend at the right knee, sweep your left arm around and take a hold of your right foot. Kick your right foot gently into your left arm. And just open your chest up a little bit. Try to relax your left shoulder as you kick back into your left hand. Take one more big breath in here. And exhale, release everything down. Good. Just do 3 cat-cows here. Breathing in, lowering the belly down, opening up. Exhale, pressing the floor away. And just using this as like a interlude between the 2 sides of the body. Feeling the stretch in your body. Stretch in your back. And then coming back to that neutral position, stepping the left leg back, coming up onto the right fingertips. Good, and then lift your left leg up, reach your right arm out in front of you, take a big breath in. And before you exhale and bend the arms in, just bend your left elbow a little bit. Pardon me, take another big breath in. Exhale, right elbow, left knee come together, round your back. Inhale, extend them. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, extend them. Exhale, bring them together. Good. Inhale, extend. And from here, bend at the left knee. Sweep your right arm around. Take a hold of that left foot, and relax into that right shoulder as you kick your left foot back behind you. Take 2 deep breaths in and out. One more. Good, and then release your left foot down. Bring your hands and your knees back down onto the floor. And from here, we're just going to bring the knees together, the feet together, press into the hands, lift the knees up off the floor, and stretch into the tops of the feet. Exhale, lower down. I'm going to do that one more time. If you want, you can lift up and then bring your arms out beside you. It kind of integrates a little bit of a core strengthening exercise here. And then exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes under and slowly walk your hands towards your knees and then onto your thighs. Come and sit back in Thunderbolt Pose and see if, while your body's under this stressful position, if you can close your eyes or soften your gaze and take 3 deep breaths in and out. And just feel yourself soften physically, feel yourself soften into wherever you feel the stretch. Take 1 more big breath in and out. And before we come out of this, take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, take a big breath in, reach your chest up, reach your arms back. And exhale, release the arms, bring them forward, come into your tabletop. And take a big breath in. And as you exhale, step back into your plank pose. Let's just take 1 more big breath in here. And as you exhale, see if you can move your shoulders beyond your wrists, bend your elbows, and lower yourself down onto your torso. Think of driving your elbows back behind you as you lift your chest up and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. And driving the elbows back has the effect of moving the shoulders out of the neck and giving your neck and your spine that space to stretch forward. So reach forward through the top of the head before exhaling to lower down. Good. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lowering down. And 1 more. Full breath in. And full breath out. And then tuck your toes under. Power up into a plank as you breathe in. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees left to right. And take a big breath in. Lift your hips and your heels up off the floor. Exhale, ground them down. Let your shoulders slide towards your hips. Broaden them away from your neck. 2 more. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhale, grounding down. Press into those hands. 1 more. Breathing in, lifting up. And breathing out, grounding down. Good. Next breath in, lift your left leg up. Press the heel back behind you. Breathe it in. And as you breathe out, bend your left knee and lift your left knee up a little bit higher to stretch into the left side of your hip. I'm going to take another big breath in here. And as you exhale, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Good. Keep your back knee off the floor if you can, but if you want to drop it down, feel free to do so. And then from here, just hold this position with the back knee off the floor. Take a big breath in, activate the muscles in that right thigh, the back thigh. And on the exhale, just drop your hips down, keeping the thigh active. 1 more breath like that. Breathing in, lifting the hips up a little higher. And as you breathe out, keep your thighs strong. Drop your hips down. And then plant your right hand onto the inside of that left foot. Sweep your left arm up. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, reach your hand to the front of the room. Take another big breath in. Exhale, extend. Good. And from here, inhale, reach your left arm back behind you. Bring it down onto the floor. This is one of my least favorite poses. We're going to bend that back knee, extend our left arm out in front of us, extend our right arm out in front of us. Take a big breath in. Exhale, press into both feet. And then inhale, sweep both arms up. Relax your shoulders. Move your thumbs back behind you. As you exhale, bend both knees. 2 more. Breathing in, lifting up. Man, this is hard after you played football yesterday, hey? Exhale, bend both knees. And 1 more. Full breath in, reaching up. And exhale, bend both knees. Whew. Take 1 breath to rest here. Not much of a rest. And then inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, sweep them forward onto the floor. Step back into your plank, lower down. Inhale into your cobra, breathe it in. Exhale, lower down. Power up into a plank or a tabletop. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees left to right. Feel the stretch in your hamstring. And then inhale, lift the hips and the heels up off the floor. Exhale, ground them down. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, bend the right knee and lift that right knee up as high as you can to really get the stretch into your hip. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, step the foot forward to the top of the mat. Good. Come down onto those fingertips. If you want to drop the back knee to the floor, you can. Otherwise, keep it lifted and engage that left thigh. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, keeping the thigh engaged, just sink the hips. 1 more. Lift those hips up a little higher and exhale to sink them down, to stretch them down, to open up. Good. Plant the left hand on the floor, sweep the right arm up, breathing in. As you exhale, turn your palm to face the front of the room, the front of your mat, reach your hand forward. 1 breath here. Inhale, sweep your right arm back behind you. Exhale, drop it onto the floor. Good. Bend that back knee, reach your right arm out in front of you, then your left arm. Hold for a breath in and out. And then press into that front foot, lift yourself up. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bend both knees. Try to relax your shoulders. Last one, full breath in and out. And then hold for a single breath in and out. Sweep your arms down after the exhale and step back into your plank. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, lower down. Power up into your plank or your tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees left to right. Take a big breath in, lift the hips and the heels up off the floor. And as you exhale, drop the knees down onto the ground. And from here, we're going to bring the knees wide, the feet together, and press our heels back onto, our hips back onto our heels. Take a breath in and out, and just feel yourself relax. And on your next breath in, I want you to sweep your torso forward and over your left wrist. So inhaling, sweeping to the left side, and bringing the torso over the left wrist, and exhale to sweep it back down, creating kind of like a U shape as you move here. And then inhaling up and over the right wrist. And exhaling to sweep back down. And just keep moving like this. And notice how you feel. Notice how your hips feel. And I, for one, am feeling like pretty puffed out, pretty exhausted after that flow. And so what I'm focusing on, and what you might be able to focus on too, is to try and calm my breathing down, to bring control over it as I move in and out of this position, as I stretch a different part of my body. And I can find myself slowly lowering my heart rate down, slowly calming the energy within me down, slowly just finding a little bit more flow. Can you do the same as you move forwards and backwards here? Just do one more. And exhale back. Good. Bring your knees together and just press yourself back into your child's pose. And take a moment to just breathe. And see if there's any other part of your body you can soften. Notice if there's any part of your body that's holding on to tension. See if you can relax across the top of the neck and the shoulders. And relax down into the hips. And into the space of the lower back. Keeping this sense of calmness, take one more breath in and out. Let it be a little bit deeper. Exhale out for a little bit longer. And then press into your hands and your feet. Lift yourself up into a tabletop position. And let's just end this little sequence here by doing 3 cat-cows. So inhale, dropping your belly down, opening your chest up. And bring your attention to your breath. Bring your attention to the flow of your body and how it's feeling right now. See if you can release any other part of you that might be holding on to any sense of tightness or soreness. And then come back to your neutral position, cross your ankles over, and sit back onto your sit bones. From here, we're going to come down onto our backs. Sit, coming all the way down. Bring one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. Take a big breath in and a soft exhale out of the mouth. 2 more breaths like that. And when you're ready, you can either stay here and just breathe through the rest of this relaxation, this Shavasana, or you can come into a happy baby pose. To come into happy baby, bring your knees onto your chest, squeeze them in to begin with, and then take your arms onto the insides of your legs and onto the outsides of your feet. Insides of your legs, outsides of your feet. And you're just trying to draw your knees down towards your armpits, towards your shoulders. And if you'd like, you can give your feet a little bit of a massage, a little bit of a squeeze. Sometimes that can feel quite nice. My feet are real sore after football, hey? So for me, this feels quite nice to kind of open up into that hip area. Just notice how your body feels coming into it, and maybe there's something you can do to make yourself more comfortable or deepen the stretch in a nice way. Let's just do that if it feels all right. And take one more breath in and out. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your feet together, hands onto the knees, and just circle your knees in a rowing motion. And change direction. And then really slowly, you can bring your feet flat on the floor. And either extend your legs out or have your knees bent. Take one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. And let's close the class with 10 deep breaths in and out. So just inhaling in through the nostrils, down into the hands, the belly and the chest. And exhaling out of the nostrils and softening. Keep the breaths rolling in and out. I'd like you to take your attention and your awareness to your hands. And just feel the fingers opening up, even just that smallest amount as you inhale. Feel them softening back down, closing up a little as you exhale. Got 5 more breaths here. Keep following those hands. Notice which hand is moving more. Which hand is lifting more, and can you even it out? Keep the breath rolling in and out. And take your final full breath in and out. Make it a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, you can start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. And just take a big breath in and stretch your arms and your legs back behind you. Whoops. Big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your knees onto your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze in. And just roll over onto your right side just for a moment. Take a breath in and out here. Notice how you feel, and then press yourself up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. And we're just going to close the class with 3 breaths. So bring yourself to a comfortable seat and take your hands onto your knees. Something I find is a really nice and grounding technique is to take my palms facing upwards into my lap, like so. And I find that it just helps to settle me a little bit. Just take 3 deep breaths in and out here, and if you'd like, you can focus on your breath or your affirmation, your intention, or just on the calmness in your mind. I hope that this class has filled you with a sense of calmness and a sense of ease and flow and even peace. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again. Namaste.